Dear students, today we are discussing about the role of stakeholder groups. What is the role of stakeholders and what is their relation or why they are interested in business. What is meant by stakeholder? Stakeholder is an individual or group which has an interest in a business because they are affected by its activities and decisions. So stakeholder is an individual, a person, or a group of individual, a group of person who are affected by the business decisions or business activity. It means that if a person is affected by a business decision, we can call him as a stakeholder. If the business is taking a decision, sometimes it may affect many members, many persons. So if any person is affected, we can call them as stakeholder. There are two types of stakeholders, internal and external stakeholders. Some of the stakeholders may be internal, that means they are having close relation with the business or they are inside the business. And some others may not have direct relation with the business, they may be outside of the business. And if they are inside the business and if they have direct relation with the business, we can call them as internal stakeholders. And those who are not inside the business and they don't have a direct relation with the business, then we can call them as external stakeholders. So we will discuss in detail who are the internal stakeholders and how they are related with the business and how they will be affected by the business decisions. Internal stakeholders. So the one internal stakeholder is owner and shareholder. Owners and shareholders. What is the role of owners and shareholders in the business? Owners and shareholders are providing capital to the business. They have to give capital, or owner is the person who is starting the business. So his role is to provide capital to the business. They will want to get maximum profit from business. So their aim is to get maximum profit. So if the business is making good profit, they will be very happy. And if the business is making loss, it will concern them. So it is affecting them. Business is affecting the owners and the shareholders. Shareholders are the person who are buying the share capital of a business. Private limited companies and public limited companies are selling shares. So they also will be affected by the business decisions. Second internal stakeholder is manager. Manager is also having direct relation with the business. They are inside the business. Managers are responsible for performance of a business. If the business does well, managers may receive bonus or salary increase. They may also gain promotion. So managers also having relation with the business and they have some duties and responsibilities. The role of a manager is to control the employees and they have to make decisions, planning, organizing, coordinating. That is the role of managers. So they are also interested in business. They will get a salary. If the business is performing well, sometimes they may get a promotion or they may get a bonus. So we can tell that they are also interested in business. So if the business is making a decision or if the business is failing, it will affect them. So that's why we can call them as a stakeholder. Another type of internal stakeholder is employee or employees. Employees are also interested in the performance of business. Why they are interested in the performance of business? Because if the business is profitable, workers will have job security and sometimes they may get more salary. So they are also having interest in the business. And their role is to work according to the instruction of managers. They have to hard work to get maximum profit. That is their role in the business. So if the business is making profit, they will be happy. If the business is making loss, it will affect them. So we can tell they are also coming under stakeholder because it is affecting them. So these are the three internal stakeholders. Then external stakeholders. those who don't have direct relation with the business, but they are also affected by the business decisions and activities. Who are they? First one, lenders. Lenders such as banks will want to know if they will be paid the interest on loans. They will also want to check that the business can repay the loan amount. So lenders like bank, they are also having relation with the business. They are also interested in the performance of business. Why? Because the lenders are providing loan to the business. So they have to know whether they will get back the money they have given as loan, and they may have to know that whether they will get interest on time or not. So if the business is good, if the business is performing well, they will be happy. And if the business is making loss, these lenders also will be concerned, because sometimes they may lose their money. So we can tell that they are also interested in the business. They are also affected by the business. So we can call them as stakeholders. But they don't have a direct involvement in the business. So we will call them as a external stakeholder. Then suppliers. Suppliers are interested in business because they want to know if they will get paid on time for the goods sold on credit. Supplier means the person who is supplying goods to the business. Sometimes they may be supplying for credit. That means buying now and pay later. So the business people will pay maybe at the end of week or months. So suppliers also will be worried about the performance of business. If the business is success, they will be happy. But if the business is making loss, they may be worrying that their money they have to get from business, sometimes it will become as bad debt. So they will be worrying about that one. So they are also having some interest in the business, but they are not directly involving in the business. So we will call them as external stakeholders. Then customers. Customers are interested in business because they are getting better quality and variety of goods from business. If the business is stopping the production, it may affect customers. So customers also having some relation with the business, or they are also affected by the business decision. Why? Because if the business is announcing that we are stopping our business, then many customers will be worrying, because they may not be, if the company is closing, they will not get the product. And for example, if it is a car company, they are announcing that we are going to close next year onwards, then many car owners will be worrying, because they may have to get spare parts of the car. If the company is closed, they may not get that spare parts. So as a customer, he is also having some relation with the business, because he may be buying that good. Some customers may be always using a same product. So if the company is stopping the production, it will affect them. So we can call them as stakeholder, because they are having some relation with the business, or they are affected by the business decisions, but they don't have direct involvement in the business. So we will call them as a external stakeholders. Next one is government. The government receives tax on the profit of the business. If the profit is less, it will affect the government. So government also having some interest in the business. What is the interest of government in the business? Because government is getting tax from the business. If the business is performing well, government will get more tax. And if the business is performing badly, then the amount of tax will be decreased. So government will not get a fund for spending. So government will be worried if the business is performing badly. So government also having some relation, or government also affected by the business decisions, but the government don't have any direct involvement in the business. So we will call government also as a external stakeholders. So these are the external and internal stakeholders of business. Internal stakeholders, owners, managers, shareholders and employees, and external stakeholders are government, suppliers, lenders and customers. Thank you.